as promised, I said that we were going to eventually come here and do this Waterfall Trail. It's also known as the Pine Grove Lions Braille Trail. As you can see on there, Waterfall Trail to the Burger Dam. We came in from the other side. This is the really cool, pretty impressive side. Did a little bit of a video to be right after this with music and stuff like that. That'll be sort of cool, but really impressive over here. Like this was not here when I was a kid. Of course, I'll read off each of these signs along the Braille Trail and stuff like that, and then that'll explain some of the things of when this was taken over, because I hadn't been here for, I think the last time when we came here it was like 30 some odd years, but really beautiful. It was a really beautiful day. You finally sort of feeling like fall, but yeah, so let's get on our adventure and up to some more adventures and whatnot, and go on a little bit of a hike. Bye. Alright, so here we are. Pine Grove Lions Club Braille Trail begins here. I wonder if that video there is actually the video that Tim did for his channel, because he had done, I believe he did a video here for Sweet Arrow Lake, and I believe specifically the Braille Trail he had done for his channel. He has the RC channel, but he also has the one, which I'll put that up there, both of Tim's channels, but he's the guy that I met up at Secret Dam, south of Pine Grove. Closest thing's probably like Outwood and Sueberg. We had gone there for the one video that was exploring past family history. My great uncle, whatever you want to call him, Frank, who got shot in the saloon. But they have so many cool trails here. Like this is a place, if you enjoy hiking, you enjoy nature, Sweet Arrow Lake Park is the place to go. So this is the first of these Braille signs. On June 20th, 2001, the Schuylkill County Board of Commissions acquired Sweet Arrow Lake from Pine Grove Borough. It became Schuylkill County's first county park. It is comprised of 60 acres of water and 123.47 acres of land. Much of the land is wetlands, which is rich in diverse plant and animal life. The park is open year-round to enjoy the natural beauty, hiking, fishing, and boating that people have enjoyed for generations. The clubhouse and pavilions, which that's the clubhouse, and there's a really cool pavilion that's dedicated to a senator right over there, and that thing's pretty neat. They're used for weddings, parties, reunions, picnics, and educational programs. And there's the Braille. It's just so cool that they have that there, that, you know, I guess they call this like a sensory type trail. So So they have the Pine Grove Lions Club dedicates its trail to all the visually impaired in Schuylkill County so they can enjoy Sweet Arrow Lake County Park and all it offers. We would like to thank the following for their help in completing this trail. And there they have them. I will say, you know, that very, very cool. Being somebody that is handicapped, I'm actually going to do a video on a guy because I had just gone to the Hanger Clinic, and I never had heard of this guy, but it was the first guy that was the first amputee of the Civil War, and he wound up designing, because what they had back then, if you lost like a leg or something like that, your mobility was gone. There's a squirrel, ball, hoodlum. You can just see how beautiful it is, the lake right down below the trail here. But he designed this thing. I guess he was in his room for months and designed this prosthesis so he could actually walk. He wanted to have a life yet, and that was sort of the start of Hanger Clinic, is named after him. But I want to do a video on him. It's sort of like, handicap isn't bad, but it just is one of those things that it does cause you a problem. Okay, so this is the second sign. Sounds and scents of Sweet Arrow Lake. Common sounds that can be heard include birds like ducks, insects such as crickets and bees, as well as people fishing and canoeing. Sweet Arrow Lake is a migration route for a variety of birds. Featured birds of the lake include mallard ducks and Canadian geese that can be heard year-round. They are vocal birds that reside in large numbers at the lake. Frequent scents include grass, local farmlands, wildflowers, and fresh air. And it's really cool. You hear a lot of the noises here and stuff like that. It's just, I just find this so relaxing to come out. I'm a little sore. Last night was the first night that I actually tried to work, and I didn't hurt myself or anything. It's just, my feet are fine. It's my leg, because my left leg's used to having, because of the Charcot and some of the other stuff, to having sort of a little more of a wibbly wobbly feel to it, whereas my right leg isn't. And so the inside, like some of the muscles that I guess don't get used ordinarily. This is cool. Pollinator habitat. Sort of legs a little sore, so I may be regretting this. But I'm not. It's so cool. And you just get to see the trees up and close, and beauty of nature. And it's just how good it is for you health-wise just to be out here. So here's sign number 3, the rock garden to the left of the wooded trail, or the wooden rail. To access the rock garden to the left of the wooden rail, square off. To do this, place back to railing and walk straight across 6 feet and kneel. The center of the garden has ferns and spiderwort. To the left there are irises and goldenrod plants. To the right there are hosta plants, daylilies, daffodils, lamb's ear, sedum, and viburnum. Various plants bloom at different times of the year. Return to the other side of the railing to continue the trail. So, my balance isn't that great either. I'm finding that out, which, glad I'm getting these new shoes. That'll help, but it does cause me some issues. I suddenly start keeling off to the left or the right. This is something Ralph would really enjoy, because he loves butterflies, especially the monarchs. He has, I believe it's milkweed, both at the comic shop and at his home, and that's something that he absolutely adores and loves. He's a big nature lover, but really loves the butterflies. And who can't? They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful creatures. This is the Craig R. Morgan Walking Trail. And now we're on the boardwalk, and this is a continuation of that trail, the Waterfall Trail. And we had walked this the wrong way, because I didn't know that this existed over here. But so there's all kinds of other stuff around, like if you're more able to physically do that, and it's not something I want to try at this point. So this is the 4th sign. You can see once again the Braille here. Trees of Sweet Arrow Lake are to the left of the railing. Square off, and I'm not going to read that part, because That's for the people that are blind so they know where to go. Above the railing there is an older tree that has long lobed leaves. I'll admit I'm somewhat confused by the instructions because I'm not that I'm guessing they're talking over here. It's one thing I'd like to learn is, like, I know your General Oaks and that type of stuff, but I need to really learn my stuff. Get Cliff to school me on that. Above the railing there's an older tree that has long lobed leaves below, and they have it so you can actually, so they can feel the different things. So like it's the whole idea of the sensory trail. Below the railing there's a small maple sapling that has 3 pointed leaves. There's a birding trail that features various habitats from the mountaintop ridges to wetlands, as well as forests and fields, and that's that trail right down there. So that's a birding trail. Various times throughout the year, birders can hear raptors, waterfalls, songbirds, and return to the other side of the railing to continue on the trail. But you just see how beautiful it is, like the nature around here. And you can just come out here and enjoy the sounds of birds, all that good stuff. And then I have a sign that says Trees of the Lake. Sort of hard to read because it's a little dirty. You just look down there as the creek exits the lake. Waterfall sounds are heard at this station. Here is a 50-foot birch tree with extensive and exposed roots. I'm assuming it's talking about that there, because that looks like a birch tree right there. It has long, horizontal thin pieces of bark. The leaves often appear in pairs. Reach down between the railing to feel the moss, sandstone, rocks, and extensive root system. To the right of the birch tree is a small hemlock sapling. The Pennsylvania state tree is an evergreen with pointy needles. Return to the other side of the railing. And this here is what you call a hemlock, Pennsylvania's tree, much like the Turkey. Actually, I think it's talking about, this is the birch tree, and that's a birch tree there too, but this is a birch tree, and then you can feel like the moss and stuff like that. So once again, it's really, really cool, like this idea of a sensory trail that people can experience this, and then you hear the sounds of the waterfall. Just experience the beauty of nature. It's a symphony. Sonora 6 is Eastern Hemlock, the Pennsylvania state tree. That's this bad boy right here. That's a hemlock. This adult hemlock is over 60 feet high and at least 50 years old. The railing is cut, and cut right there, sort of accommodate the tree as it grows, because they only grow so much. This slow growing tree can take 250 to 300 years to reach maturity and may live up to 800 years. The thick foliage shelters birds and other animals. Hemlock trees help cool the forest in the summer and block snowfall from the forest floor in the winter. The bark has a coarse texture, often used in building the sides of barns. Here is another one, number 7. So it's talking about the Eastern Hemlock again. Square off and face 5 feet to the left of the railing. I should believe is that way. There are large and small roots between dirt, moss, sandstone, rocks. Sandstone is a sedimentary rock composed of sand-sized grains of mineral, rock, or organic material. Sandstone is found in basins throughout the world. There are small quartz crystals in the sandstone rock. And that's right here. This is sandstone. And you can see, if you look there, you can see the quartz crystals that are in the rock. And then there are the roots. But yeah, that's very, very cool. All the quartz there. You can see that up close. There's another, I believe, birch. Actually, that might not be birch. That's something else. Sorry. That might be the talked about earlier. I'm trying to think what the name of it is. And here's another trail that goes off into the woods. Not something that I'm going to be doing anytime soon until I have shoes at least. And my legs are a lot stronger. I'm a big old wussy right now. And this is a cool thing. I'm going to get a better grip on my camera. I want to give you guys a nice little peeky down at the creek. You see there, and then down to the waterfall. Very, very cool. This is the overlook. Swatara Creek is a 72-mile long tributary of the Susquehanna River in east central Pennsylvania. Swatara Creek runs 50 feet below the trail. Swatara Creek is about 1 foot deep and 25 feet wide. The waterfalls can be heard in the distance. Water down below ripples over the rocks. Several types of fish are found in Swatara Creek, such as bass, trout, and sunfish. People fish in Swatara Creek and in Sweet Arrow Lake. Once again, you have that, and some of these nice people that decided to ID themselves and just put all kinds of nonsense on there because they're idiots. I just have how beautiful it is. There's a noisy bird. There's number 9. White pine and hemlock tree. Square off and walk 5 feet to the left side of the railing. To the left is an 80-foot white pine tree that has rough bark with some smooth areas. There's a tree knot up the left the side of the tree. This native tree needles are 3 to 5 inches long and occur in bundles of 5. To the right of the hemlock tree that has a knot with a hardened tree sap about 2 feet up. So this is where they're talking about there's a knot here. That's a white pine. And then the hemlock. One weird thing with my walking, because I don't have toes on my left foot, I don't have that push off point anymore, so the shoe has a tendency to drag when I lift my foot, and so I gotta watch myself that the toe of the shoe likes to catch, which could be dangerous, as I don't want to do a face plant. So here we are at the end of the Waterfall Trail, and that's the Beaver Dam Trail. We will check out the falls, which are much more impressive this time. End of the Waterfall Trail railing. Turn right and follow the rope to the bridge. Which I'm not seeing a rope, but trail continues after the metal bridge by means of a rope to the left of the trail. So we're going to go over this and we're going to check this out. Alright, so I just want to say thanks for coming along once again. There's another cool adventure here on the Waterfall Trail, or the Braille Trail, here in Sweet Arrow Lake. This is a lot of fun. It was a cool adventure to be able to go and experience this with you guys. So, if you get a chance, you're in the area, come by, check out Sweet Arrow Lake here in Schuylkill County, right northeast of Pine Grove. Alright, thanks everybody, and as always, we'll see you about town.